Did you know the invention of chocolate chip cookies was created by accident? As a child, I have always loved to bake chocolate chip cookies with my sister, and now I make them because they help me with my milk production when I use oatmeal. I will show you how to bake chocolate chip cookies, but first I will explain how cookies came about. Then I will explain the process of chocolate chip cookies. Lastly, I will explain why chocolate chip cookies are important to me. First, chocolate chip cookies were created by someone named Ruth Wakefield in the 1930s. She was just experimenting her cooking, and she decided to cut pieces up of a Nestle chocolate bar, and when she put them in the chocolate chip cookie batter, she thought it would dissolve when they were done cooking, which they didn't. So that's what came to the invention of chocolate chip cookies. So now we will start with the process of chocolate chip cookies. First, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. We have 4 unsalted sticks of butter. We have 2 cups of blended oatmeal, which is totally optional. We have 2 cups here of chocolate chip cookies, but you can use 2 to 4. I use milk chocolate chip cookies and semi-sweet. Right here we have 6 cups of flour, and we have our brown sugar, which is 2 1/4 cup. This is going to be our mixing bowl for the wet ingredients, and this is our dry ingredients bowl. I have 4 eggs right here. I have vanilla extract, which we will be using 1 tablespoon. Right here I have the granulated sugar, which is 1 3/4 cups. And in this cup I have 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Lastly, we will be using a cooking pan, and I use pre-cut parchment paper. Now I will begin mixing the ingredients. First, I am going to get the melted butter, the 4 sticks of melted butter. I will put them inside the mixing bowl, like that. Then I will grab the 4 eggs in this bowl and mix them with the butter. Then I will grab the vanilla extract. That's 1 tablespoon. Now I'm gonna mix this. After mixing it, it should be smooth, kind of like this. After mixing it, it should have a smooth consistency, like this. Now we will set this aside, and we will go on and move to our dry ingredients. So here is our already flour and brown sugar. So I will grab the white sugar, or granulated sugar, and I will give them a little swirl to combine them. This batter makes about 80 cookies. Our oatmeal mix. Again, this one is optional. Just gonna give it a little swirl before we decide to combine it with the wet ingredients. Also, our baking soda, baking powder, and salt mixture will be combined. Now that we have this mixed together, I will grab the wet ingredients again and slowly start combining the dry ingredients. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit at a time because it's gonna be harder to mix for us. And we just continue to mix the ingredients. As I am adding the flour and all the dry ingredients, I will explain to you why baking cookies is important to me. Baking cookies is important to me because I get to spend time with my family. I am doing something that I love, obviously, and it is helpful to my milk supply, and it helps me bond more with my son. I already finished mixing the wet and dry ingredients. Now I will be adding the chocolate chip cookies. Off camera, I will be mixing these. Now that I have combined the chocolate chips with the cookie batter, I will be using my spoon to make little scoops like this. And then I will grab them and roll them into little balls. We'll place it into the oven and we will wait for 12 to 15 minutes. Sorry, I got burned. Okay, now we just wait the time in this video. I hope that I was able to teach you how to bake chocolate chip cookies and that I was able to inform you about how they were invented and that I was able to show you what made them special to me. I hope that you enjoy the warm fuzzy feeling that cookies come with.